Hi everyone, thank you for being here. I know it means a lot to me and to everyone else here, so thank you. I remember the moment I knew I would major in history. While taking history and literature of the Rockies and Camp Davis, I found myself headfirst in glacial runoff water, surrounded by moose, bears, and little oxygen atop the Grand Tetons. Lifting out of my literary trance from reading Jack Kerouac all morning, I looked up and saw the world's largest and most menacing-looking moose inches from me. In that moment, my survival instincts may have failed me, but my intuition was exactly right, as I thought, wow, this is the best major ever. But even when lecture didn't happen in the mountains and reading didn't put us in immediate danger, the feeling persists. Nothing will inflame you, captivate you, provoke you out of your student stupor like a history course. Be it Anna Berg's History of Garbage class, in which she once blasted smoke on the water at the start of a class about water pollution, took us on a field trip to a waste treatment facility, and brought something that society tries to hide to the front of our minds and the back of our noses. Thanks for that. Our Matt Lassiter's History Lab courses, which bring students to the archives, enabling us to make original discoveries and to pioneer new ways of sharing our work with public audiences. During my time here, I've been the beneficiary of many innovative approaches to teaching, as well as to sharing my own work. From contributing to 3 public history exhibits, to hosting a women's history podcast, from teaching a course for first-year students, to spewing about my honors thesis from the front desk of the history department. Just last week, I heard my history peers, as we just talked about, present about how they've used historical thinking and archival research to aid asylum seekers from around the world and to create a database to assist immigration lawyers across the country. Another group of students used the archives to uncover and to retell cold cases of police brutality in Detroit, reminding us of the painful history of racial violence that still persists in this country. History has made us curious. History has made us engaged. History has made us brave. Ask any history major what feedback they always get on their essays, and they'll tell you, no passive tense, analyze the primary sources yourself, more of your own voice. All of these comments seem to have something in common. Our professors have constantly encouraged us to be brave in our approach to history, to attribute actions to actors, to use credible sources to back up our arguments. Who would have thought that would be such a revolutionary idea? To trust our own voice, and to believe that we have something to contribute to even the densest of scholarly traditions, to ask hard questions of the past and of the present, and of course, to properly format our citations. All the while teaching us about how to practice and write history with authenticity and courage, our study of history has also nuanced the way that we think about bravery in the first place. Sometimes, yes, bravery looks exactly like what we expect. Macho men in gladiator uniforms, or empresses like Cleopatra or Catherine the Great, famed war generals honored with massive monuments. But as we've seen throughout our study of history, more often than not, bravery shows itself when ordinary human beings make a choice to believe and to engage in creating a better world. Joan of Arc, Frederick Douglass, Rosa Parks, Raoul Wallenberg, Nelson Mandela, the list goes on. As Coretta Scott King once said, freedom is never really won. You earn it and win it in every generation. Each of us has a choice to make. The choice to apply the knowledge, the skills, and the bravery that we've acquired through our study of history to our future endeavors in our daily lives, to value facts over alternative facts, to encourage inquiry over passive acceptance, to listen to the stories, the plight, and the visions of others, to monitor the way that history is employed in pop culture, media, and politics, to challenge the status quo, to actively engage in the world around us, to choose courage. Thank you.